Hello everyone, my name is Cletus and welcome to the clan. So without further ado, let's get into this video. But before we get into this video, please do me a favor by smashing that like button. Guys, the like button goes and fetch us more honorable members of the clan so they can come and rub their own two IQs together and spark their own opinions, speculations. Guys, this evening I realized that my brain is fried. It's literally fried. I am so exhausted mentally that I am just going to be reading from my script. You guys already know that I write a script. This is my script. And then all the stuff that you see me do on this channel, it is because I memorized the script. I memorize the script and then I sit and I look at the lens of my camera and I talk away. So I'm just lazy, so please allow me to read from my script so that we get through this video, because there's some few things that happened at the Gauteng High Court yesterday. I felt that Ratha in the beginning, while they were waiting for Mr. Mgomezulu, he was the most vulnerable place. It was so good to see a human being come out of him. I mean, at the same time, I was thinking to myself, that was self-inflicted injury there, sir. But anyways, a whole video is going to come about that one, because there's some few things that I would like us to talk about as professionals so that we don't find ourselves in the same predicament as Ratha Mokgoatleng, or Judge Ratha Mokgoatleng, who started BLF. Is it BLF? Black Lawyers Association, BLA. I think there's BLF as well. Am I black? Oh, never mind. Whatever it is. Yeah, let's get to the script. Basically, what transpired after the long adjournment. Remember, the witness started feeling ill, and Mr. Sibanda asked if she would like 5-minute break, or she said she would like 5-minute break. And Judge Ratha then suggested that they rather take a long adjournment and come back at 2. So when they returned at 2 o'clock, in the hope that the witness has some kind of recovered, I didn't think that she was going to come back recovered, because, hey, this flu, people, I can attest to everything that is happening to Pinky. I hope she really does heal. And I'm not saying this because she's a witness in a very crucial case, probably a landmark case South Africa has ever seen, but at the same time, as a human being who probably has a family, children, and everybody that loves her are concerned. So that is what I wish for her recovery. We will see everything else, because health comes first. All right, so when we came back from, wait a minute. How did this happen? You see, when you are mixing up your script, I took the last page on top, the other pages in the middle. I did not sort them out. The joys of being a content creator. My goodness gracious me. Anyways, I think I am sorted. I am so sorry about that, guys. I don't know if you heard, because the mic was down. Other than that, Pinky, when they returned from the long adjournment, Pinky became ill during a long adjournment, and Advocate Sibanda informed the court of the witness's state of health, that she's not doing well at all. Advocate Sibanda then asked the court to remand the matter until Tuesday, the 11th of June, to give the witness ample time to recover. Judge Ratha then wanted to know what happens between Friday and Monday if there were any witnesses lined up. State told the court that they did not anticipate this happening, and therefore no witnesses were lined up in the place of Pinky, or replacing Pinky. No witnesses for Friday and Monday. This is when Judge Ratha turned to the defense, Mr. Mnisi. And basically, this is what he asked Mr. Mnisi about the story of the defense's ballistic expert. He wanted to know what was happening there. Advocate Mnisi calmly responded to Judge, telling him that he has not heard anything since he had informed the court that they, I am assuming the Legal Aid Board, had managed to identify an expert. He further told the judge, or Judge Ratha, he has not heard anything from them, meaning the Legal Aid Board, I am assuming again. Just like clockwork, Judge Ratha did not waste the opportunity to chastise the defense, though respectfully. He was so respectful, but he was still spitting venom. He reminded the defense that the law says that the expert must be given a reasonable opportunity to present your case. Is it not unreasonable now because the state's evidence was tendered in August last year and you were supposed to have consulted your expert? It's now 6 or 7 months, or well, 9 months, and you are still not ready to cross-examine. Advocate Timnisi reports back to the judge that they are hamstrung. To Judge Ratha's response, he says, I understand. And in my head, then I'm like, why are you interrogating Mr. Timnisi if you understand, sir? But no, Ratha holds on to the bone and says, then Ratha informs Advocate Timnisi that he was with the JP. Woo. When I heard that, I was like, I'm interested to hear what's in the JP's mind. Judge Ratha then shares something shocking to me, which made me think that it looks we have been blaming the wrong guy for this matter and the cruelty that is shown to the defense. Because this is what JP shockingly asked Ratha. He apparently asked Ratha, what have you got to do with assisting the defense to get witnesses? Ratha said that he could not answer the JP. Apparently, JP said, I don't understand. In my head, I was like, JP, if Judge Ratha is showing some kind of humanity and maybe connections that he may have in assisting the defense, why is that something wrong to do? Even though Ratha was saying that it is against, or he was quoting the law or something like that. I don't know what law is that, but it was quite interesting to hear that. Ratha then says he sort of reminded the JP about Section 35 of the Constitution regarding fair trial. To which Mr. Timnisi then said, right to a fair trial. Ratha then said, but then it's not absolute. I was like, you did not just say that, Judge Ratha. But this is what I say. This is when I said, bingo. That's why this judge decided to accept the so-called confessions of Ndanzi and Sibiya in the trial within a trial, because he deemed the constitutional discrepancies that the police committed as they were taking the confessions from accused number 1 and accused number 2, because he deemed that as not absolute. They were subject to limitation. I am guessing Section 36 of the Constitution, which reads, and you guys already know, I have a copy of my Constitution. Let's see what Section 36 of the Constitution, which is still part of Chapter 2, I think, aka Bill of Rights. Let's see what it says, you guys. It's very important that we educate ourselves about the things that we are hearing in that courtroom. Very important, right? I think Section 36 is the limitation clause indeed. There it is, Section 36, and it says limitation rights. Woo! Section 36(1) says the right in the Bill of Rights may be limited only in terms of law of general application, to the extent that the limitation is reasonable and justifiable in an open and democratic society based on human dignity, equality, and freedom, taking into account all relevant factors, including A, the nature of the right, B, the importance of the purpose of the limitation, C, the nature and extent of the limitation, D, the relation between the limitation and its purpose, and E, less restrictive means to achieve the purpose. But just the final sentence, which is section 36, subsection 2, except as provided in subsection 1 or in any other provision of the Constitution, no law may limit any rights entrenched in the Bill of Rights. So I think Judge Ratha, he says, because the section 35, right to a fair trial, is not absolute. And I'm now thinking the reason why he accepted the so-called confessions is because he deemed some of the things that the police did not do, like informing the suspects in their own home language, etc., and so on. I see human dignity is in there, and yet they said they were tortured and all that stuff. He did not consider all those things. He deemed them not absolute, which is quite interesting, I thought. That was just me thinking out loud while I was listening to Mr. Ratha saying those things. Advocate Timnisi agreed that Section 35 of the Constitution got its own limitations. Judge Ratha then asked Mr. Mnisi how much time will they need to get the ballistic expert. Advocate Mnisi is sort of reminding the judge that the legal aid board is the instructing attorney in this matter, and that they have to hear from the instructing attorneys, which is the Legal Aid Board South Africa. He further tells Judge Ratha that the last time they communicated with them was when he got information that I've been able to identify an expert and they are working with him. So they said that would provide further communication on whether or not we should then start to consult with him. That is where now the position is. We haven't heard anything else up to now, says Mr. Mnisi to Judge Ratha. Judge Ratha then turned to Advocate Baloyi, almost looking pissed at Mr. Baloyi, whom I think may have been taken aback, almost disturbed. I almost burst out laughing. But then he softened his face again and looked at Mr. Baloyi like he would look at a favorite son. Like, oh, I made him say sorry, son. Judge Ratha wanted to know from Baloyi, how many other witnesses are you going to call, roughly? You don't know? Advocate Baloyi responded by saying, as we intimated the other day, that we are at the beginning of the end of this case. We thought that maybe by the close of term, which is around the 22nd of June, and the same day is when Black Lawyers Association is having its event, would be the close to the end of the state's case. But because of these delays, I think early in the next term, we should be able to close the state's case. There are few witnesses left. Is Kelly there? Is Mark Kumalo there? Is Mapiri there? We need to have Zungu back, and let's have the what's his name, Senzo Mewa's best friends recalled. There are a lot of stuff that transpired ever since they've taken the stand. Judge Ratha then responded by saying, yeah, you are running the risk of me dying. The court burst out laughing. For me, for some reason, I felt a little bit bad for him. I was saddened. I know I'm a typical Cancer. I did not expect that from him. Then the judge, realizing that he has made the courtroom laugh, he then says, oh, it would be nice, okay? Smiling. Judge Ratha started spitting the truth, and I liked this. When he was facing Baloyi, he says, yeah, I mean, this trial has been dragging and dragging and dragging. How many times did he say dragging? 3 times. I once did a trial for 5 years, but at least it had breaks in between. Now this one, it is like an Orient Express. If you don't know what the Orient Express, guys, it's a train that goes across, I think, some parts of Europe into Asia. And that train is beautiful. And apparently it almost costs 100,000 rand for about 4 days, moving from Turkey into just about the Russian border. I'm not quite sure what country that is. Could be Romania. Judge Ratha has been on the Orient Express? Man, I'm jealous. It's just going on and on and on. And under his breath, he kept saying on and on. Judge Ratha, showing concerns, turned to Pinky and asked her if she's getting medication at least. She responded with a faint yes. Judge Ratha, curious to know if by Tuesday she would be somehow or maybe okay. Pinky responded with, I hope to be. Pinky, I really hope you would be. Seriously, this flu is horrible, honestly. I am not going to say anything about Mr. Ramusipili standing up to assist the court about some communication that he and the rest of the defense got from the Legal Aid Board South Africa, confirming that they received a quotation from the ballistic expert. Then Judge Ratha, touching on the health of the accused, I think he wanted to say the witness and accused persons, with Section 10 and 12 of the Constitution, looking or calling on Mr. Mnisi's opinion. Mr. Mnisi stood up and told the court that he was uncertain. Mr. Mnisi, you need to befriend the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. I myself even knew what Section 10 of the Constitution says. It's the shortest sentences ever written in our Constitution is Section 10 and Section 11. Section 10 talks about everyone has a right to human dignity, and it leaves it there. And Section 11, everyone has the right to life, and leaves it there. I think that is very important for all South Africans and anybody that is under the sun of South Africa. Judge Ratha wanted to know who knows. Me, I raised my hand. I was like, I do, pick me, choose me, love me. You know how pick-me's are like? I digress. Anyways, we're almost done here. Advocate Mumalo then gave Mr. Mnisi a copy of the Constitution. I was like, you go, Mr. Mnisi. And Mr. Mnisi then perused it to the Bill of Rights, aka Chapter 2, and read Section 10 of the Constitution. And I don't mind us reading it because I do have the Constitution in front of me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I should have been a teacher. But I always thought, me, a teacher, never. Here we go. So as you can see, this is Section 10 and that's Section 11. You see how short they are? Section 10 says, everyone has an inherent dignity. Everyone has inherent dignity and the right to have their dignity respected and protected. I was like, okay, I get you there, Mr. Judge. What you mean about the, what do you call this? These people's dignity, because being ill, your dignity still needs to be protected because, you know, this coughing and huffing in the court and you're having people on the outside as well say, yeah, she's lying. I hope they get the flu and let's see them lying through it. I really hope so. So you feel what she was feeling. And then Section 12 being about security of a person. And in my mind, I'm like, did Ratha make a mistake about Section 12 because security of a person has nothing to do with you feeling ill? Maybe he thought, or maybe he was thinking of Section 27 of the Constitution, which does talk about health. Everyone has a right to health care. Of course, it doesn't specifically say if you are ill as a witness or if you are ill as an accused person, you have the right to health care. Basically, in a nutshell, everyone has a right to health. That is section 27, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there we go. Section 27 of the Constitution, subsection 1 says everyone has the right to have access to a healthcare services, including reproductive health care. So, of course, if you are ill, you need to go to the hospital, and even a witness does have that right to have their health checked. And Judge Ratha then remembered that even witnesses are entitled to, if they are ill, they can actually take a day off. He further said, if a witness is not in a physically sound state to give evidence, the court may not overlook that. Okay. That's when Judge Ratha ruled that they postpone until Tuesday, the 11th of June 2024. Then he says there's nothing we can do. And he stood up, and the court stood up, and then he bowed and left the courtroom. That is it, guys. That was what had happened in court in the second half of the day on what's the date today? I know I'm actually doing this on today's the 7th. Yesterday the 6th of June 2024. Other than that, guys, we'll talk about the vulnerability of Judge Ratha. I felt that was I don't know, man, seriously, but these are the consequences of being, not a nice person. Honestly, this is what happens. Other than that, guys, if you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyways, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody that super thanks that channel, and please be blessed abundantly. I thank you for supporting this channel financially. I highly appreciate you so much. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what was your thoughts about the second half of yesterday in Judge Ratha's courtroom. Do you think it was humane towards Pinky? Do you think his demeanor as well being so nice to the defense? Because I was like, wow, if only we started off, I know those always not accuse me, but really call me out for getting fooled by Ratha. He always does. I mean, seriously. And then, guys, please leave a comment down below and share this video far and wide. I'll see you next time with a new video. Goodbye.